Welcome back to math. Today we have Module 2, Lesson 2. We're going to talk about estimating. Estimating multiple digit products. When you think of estimating, I hope you come up with a word that starts with an R.
Rounding.
Rounding. Good job, you guys. That's what estimating is. It's rounding. So if I was going to round 18, I would round it to what number do you think would be best to round to?
20.
20, okay. And if I was going to round 23, how would I round that one?
20.
I'd round it to 20 as well. And then I'd bring my multiplication sign. Now, why did I round 18 to 20? Is because there's only 2, right, away from 20. And why did I round this down to 20? Because it's not 5 or more, right? So if we have 5 or more, we round up to the next number or digit. And for 4 or less, we round down. I think we went over that earlier this year, didn't we? Okay, now if we're going to take these two 20s, now we can mentally, our mental math would tell us what? We could take the 2's, right? And we could multiply them together, right? So let me put that down. So we have two twos, not a tutu. None of us are wearing tutus today, are we? No? That's good. I'm glad to hear that. And what is this? These zeros represent what number?
10.
Yeah, 10, right? Now, I could do it a different way, and let me write this out slightly differently so this makes a little more sense, okay? I'm going to erase these two guys. And what if I put 10s here? We have two 10s. Would that be better?
Yes.
Does that make sense? So now you see why I took my 10s here and I could move them over here to, what do we call this property that we just did? Distributed. So we distributed out our numbers. And so we took our 10s and we put them over here. And we took our 2s and put them down here. And we're going to multiply 2 times 2. 2 times 2.
4.
Thank you. We're going to move our multiplication sign down. Haven't used it yet, right? And 10 times 10 is
100.
100. So now we have 4 times 100 is
400.
bum, 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 400. Nice job, you guys. Good work. That is rounding made easy. It's not so scary, is it?
No.
No. So let's move down to this problem. All right, I'm going to change my color for this. I'm feeling like people would like me to choose the green color. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah?
No.
Well, we're going that way.
Pink.
What do we round these numbers to? What do we round those numbers to? Well, you would say, well, Mr. McGuire, it depends if you want to round to the nearest 10 or the nearest 100. Well, let's round to the nearest 100 in this case. And what should we round over here?
10.
To the nearest 10, right? Okay, so let's do that. What would this round up to the nearest 100? And I gave you a clue. Yes, 500. Could I put it like this?
Yes.
Now, if I put it this way, I'm going to bring down my multiplication sign. Now, what am I going to round my 42 to what number?
40.
40 or 4
10.
tens. Now remember why I put, why did I put 100 here and why did I put 10 here? Why is that? Because when I distribute this out, it's going to make it really easy, right? So what number do I have to put down here?
500.
No, what number should I use for hundreds?
20.
How about this? Is that 100? Would that work?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about this guy? 10. And then I can take my 5 and move it here, right? And then I can multiply that by 4, right? And then I'm going to multiply them all together, aren't I? Does this make sense? Okay. So, 5 times 4 is? 20. I might be losing my mind. It's okay. There's no cause for concern. And 100 times 10? It's 1,000. So 20 times 1,000 is 20,000. That is how easy estimating is. It doesn't get any harder than this. The only trick is, depending on, sometimes teachers or sometimes people will try to be tricky. As long as they're rounding to the hundreds, we're okay here. But if they say they want you to round to the tens, then you know how to round this, right? But that's how you do the lesson 2. They will have something in your book, and it's going to look like this. So let me write that out for you. I'm going to change my color. I heard pink earlier because that's one of the guys in my school, in my class. It's his favorite number. So I mean his favorite color. So I'm going to put it down there because he likes pink. You know, it's okay. All right, so if we were going to round these, we would round them to what?
600.
600, nice job.
50.
And this one would be
50.
50. Or if we were going to write that, we could say 600. And 5 tens. Now that helps us with our decomposing, or AKA distributed properties. So we're going to take our 6, and we're going to put it down here. We're going to multiply it by the 5, right? And we're going to multiply it by, what's this? 100. It's 100. And this one, we're distributing it, so we're taking it apart. We're decomposing it, right? So that would mean that we would multiply by this, right? So we have 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. And then 10 times 100 is 1,000. And 1,000 times 30 is 30,000. And you'll be required to write that out on your math book. And they also have it in a box where they have the factors here, and it'll say 597 times 52, and then on the next part they want you to round. So then you'd round, we rounded to 600 times 50, right? Is that right?
Yes.
I think that they wanted you to do mental math on this, and then they say, what's the estimated product? Well, 5 times 6 is 30, and then we have how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, right? So then we just follow it with 3 zeros. Bada boom, bada bing. There's our answer. And that's the way you could write it in your book as well. So they're going to have you do it a couple of different ways, like I just showed you. Okay? All right. I love math.